when we look at the situation of things, even a great fool understands that there are too many things to be grateful for, even if it's not fully great. So, Baba God, we are thankful. Not because our tanks are full, but we're just full of thanks. See, we may not have been at the zenith of our lives, but because we still have access to diamonds and keystones of his glory, we would echo his name for the guaranteed trust he has given to us to bank in his word. See, we thank God because God is not a man. We thank him because God was not bored when he decided to make man. I mean, humanity was not a product of supernatural boredom. Let us make man in our own image was not a statement of boredom. I mean, nobody say God be defined waiting to write for his CV when he said, let us make man in our own image. You and I are units of God's intentional process. You and I are units of God's intentional thought processes. See, A came to God, he said no. B came to God, he said no. C came to God, he said no. D came to God, he said no. E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S came to God, he said no. T came to God, he said no. But you came and he said yes to you. See, you are wonderful. I can bet you are Alpha's most favorite alphabet. If it had not been the Lord on our side, what would our Israel say? I mean, if not we say God too, they like to they gum our body, waiting the people where sabi track for talk. Hope say una no say now only God fit chook mouth for una matter. We no go be like say in the pork nose. Now only God fit over answer our prayers. We no go be like say they do over sabi. Now only God sabi the flour where they take bake our daily bread though. It be like wahala, you know they finish. Bakery self we not even they see. God lekpa sote if he fit into our situations. He can't horrible sote if he occupy our matter. You see, when we call on God, he answers. When we call on God, he answers. And I like to think God uses MTN. Because the other day I dialed this line in a thick forest and it went through. I don't mean MTN as a good network. I mean God is everywhere we go. I also think God uses Glow. I also think God uses Glow. Because he's unlimited yet slow to anger. See, most times we thank God for, closing deals for us. We thank God because we have bought houses and those seemingly big deals. But we forget to count the little things that count. Like thanking God for the ability to bat your eyelids. That you still have saliva in your mouth. That you can ease yourself by yourself. That you can even fart is a testimony. So we fail to count these little things that count. See, these little things that we fail to count that count are what make the bigger things count. Because a man who cannot ease himself by himself will not be praying to God for a house. A man who cannot ease himself by himself will not be praying to God for a new car. So while we thank God for sparing our David from our Goliath, we should thank God for sparing our sheep from the bear. While we thank God for building us this sanctuary, we should thank God for the first block that was laid at the foundation. See, we give thanks to God because God is not a man. I mean, humans did not make us. Abba boys did not make us. Abba made us. We are made in Abba. We're not made in Abba. See, if the earth is the Lord's, come to think of it. If the earth is the Lord's, then you and I are the real Omonile. Forget all those Rastafarians. If the earth is the Lord's and you and I are sons and daughters of God, we are the real Omonile. So we are directly related to the real owner of every sphere of the earth. If the earth is the Lord's and his fullness thereof, if the earth is his footstool, then how big is this God? Some call him Jehovah Jireh. But because his son resurrected healthier than he was killed, I'll call him Jehovah Jireh. See, it's Jehovah Nissi, the one even your niece needs to see. It's Jehovah Elohim, even hell cannot hold him. It's Jehovah Sikenu. It's Jehovah Sikenu. He walks on water, even if he's Sikenu. And Ronaldo may be your goat, but God shows us his mercy. We should lift up our hands and give praises to God. Because many are in search of what we are looking for. Many have what we want, many want what we have. So why won't you lift up your hands and give praises to God? We bow down and worship Yahweh. I can't hear you. We bow. Do I have a witness? And worship Yahweh. One more time. We bow down and worship Yahweh. We bow and worship Yahweh. Thank you.